A black teen was huddled in the corner. After the game ended, he quietly collected discarded popcorn from the floor, making it his dinner. At night, he pretended to help out in the laundry room, waiting until no one was around before secretly putting his clothes in the washing machine so he could wash them for free. Mike shivered in the cold wind as he walked back to the gym. Annie and her family happened to drive by and witnessed this scene.
Hey, Big Mike, where you headed?
Gym.
Go ahead.
Looking at Mike's thin figure against the harsh weather, Annie felt a pang in her heart. She turned the car around and drove after him.
You said you were going to the gym. School gym's closed. Why were you going to the gym? Big Mike, why were you going to the gym?
Because it's warm.
Do you have any place to stay tonight? Don't you dare lie to me. Come on. Come on.
When Mike stepped into Annie's house, he froze in amazement. He had never seen such a spacious home before. Sitting on the soft couch, he looked around at what seemed to him the most luxurious place he'd ever been. At first, Annie worried he might steal something, but the next morning, she found the blanket on the couch neatly folded and Mike preparing to leave. Annie ran out and called him back. That day was Thanksgiving, and the table was laden with a feast. Mike only took a tiny portion. When no one was looking, he quietly grabbed a small roll and ate it with his head down in the corner. Seeing this, Annie felt an indescribable ache in her heart. She turned off the TV and asked everyone to sit at the table so Mike could eat comfortably without feeling alone. That evening, Annie asked Mike, "Would you like to stay with us?" Mike was silent for a moment, then whispered, "I don't want to go anywhere else." Hearing this, Annie smiled. Mike finally had a room to call his own. When Annie learned about Mike's background, her expression immediately changed. She forced a smile and left the room. Mike didn't understand what had happened, but Annie was simply heartbroken. He shouldn't have endured such hardship. Mike was 16, but his learning ability was like that of a much younger child. He had never met his biological father, and his mother had left his life early due to drug addiction. Occasionally, he would stay at his uncle's house. With his uncle's help and his outstanding athletic talent, the school had made an exception to admit him. But his academic performance was terrible, and teachers complained he couldn't learn anything. They even grumbled about why the school would accept such a dumb jock. His uncle's family couldn't continue to house him either.
Having someone always in our home. I'm tired of him eating all the food.
Hey, come on now. Can't kick him on the street like he's some dog.
So Mike tactfully moved into the school gym. The next day, Annie gathered the whole family and asked Mike a question.
If you would like to become part of this family.
Mike hesitated for a moment, then looking at everyone's warm smiles, happily replied,
Kinda thought I already was.
and so, Mike finally found a home. Annie even bought Mike a new car. His little brother excitedly asked Mike to take him for a ride, but they never expected they would have an accident on the road.